All right, everybody. Okay, welcome in to everyone who's listening. This is a one-off impromptu Yoniswell podcast recording. And we have taken a break. We have taken a cycle of hibernation. To go within, to like really sit with life and the intense energy that's happening in the cosmic weather. And now we're back. And so I thought it would be wonderful to connect these wonderful women with our community and with our audience today. If you do not know me, I am Jordan Auten. I am the founder of Yoniswell. And here with me, I have two of my very dear friends who I would definitely constitute as sacred friendships. And so many of you know Ariel. She's here with us. She co-hosts the podcast many, many times. And I also have Kimberly here. And she is currently living in El Salvador, living on location in El Zonte, where we are hosting our upcoming restorative retreat in February of 2024. Stay tuned on details and how you can sign up immediately, because you will not be able to say no, or you won't be able to say no. Yes. Okay, so welcome in. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Hola. Feeling good, feeling energized just to be on this call with you two, and inspired because I think surfing is such a journey, and I myself kind of had a break for a few months, and just being in the process of planning this retreat has been really reinvigorating, and I'm getting out there. I'm riding the waves again, and it feels good.
Love that. Love that for you.
I like that you're getting out there. I'm feeling well. I have my two gremlins by me. If you see some camera action moving, it's because someone's trying to get into my lap. And by gremlins, I mean my bulldogs, my French bulldogs. It is starting to feel like winter up here in Ventura. We have colder weather coming in the evening, which actually is kind of a nice, like a really nice break. And west swell is starting to come, so we're starting to see some more action up here, and it's been really fun. So, and obviously you can see I'm in a barrel right now.
Barreling it.
I'm multitasking,
In the dream. So, and for those of you who do not know, maybe you're new, Yoniswell is definitely going through a transformation, but in its essence, Yoniswell is a space and a community for returning to one's nature, for empowering our soul, for healing the soul through practical ways such as surfing. And so the three of us are connected in different ways. Ariel and I met through Yoniswell. We were neighbors. Some of you may have heard that story before. And then Kimberly and I both know each other through the yoga community when we were both living in Los Angeles. I currently live in Los Angeles, and Kimberly now has obviously moved to El Salvador and returned to her roots in many ways. So we're going to talk about that. But I also just want to really let our audience know, and those people listening, watching, that we are now co-hosting and co-leading a surf and yoga retreat together that is going to be a very sacred and special experience. But also we're doing this because of our friendships, because through surfing and through yoga, through, these common desires that we had to self-improve, to learn something new, we cultivated these friendships. And so, we're cultivating an experience that is rooted in quality friendship. And so that in itself is a gift. And yeah, I think it's important to share that in this conversation.
It's super important. And I just thought about, as I'm watching you with the Yoniswell yoga, logo on your board and your hat. There's a triangle, which is 3. There's 3 of us. So, there's some just parallels
Love
there.
that.
Yeah. I didn't think of that before until I literally just was staring at you talking, and I was like, wait.
The power of 3. And
Yeah,
that's a
I can
witch,
do
that's a
math.
witch reference.
Mm. It's a
I
sacred
love that.
geometry, right? Sacred geometry.
And also a pyramid. Pyramids are, of course, triangle shapes with more sides, but they're so firm that you can't knock them over. That feels really important for all of us. We're really literally leaning on each other to bring this to fruition, and just like to be sources of inspiration in life.
Also, in astrology, it's the most auspicious aspect in a birth chart, meaning you can't get any better than a trine, which is the triangle. So let's talk about our upcoming retreat. Well, let's talk about it in, what we want to share with the world and why somebody at any surf level would want to attend and join us in this experience.
Sure. Well, I'm happy to kick us off because I'm a newbie here and you're coming to my hometown. Um, I think there's, the world of surfing and surf retreats are, it's so diverse and abundant. And like, if you want to go to Bali, if you want to go to Hawaii, if you want to go to other places through Latino America, like there are many retreats and experiences you can choose from. But what I want to say about El Salvador and coming on this experience with us is that we are really centering the love and the energy of this country in this experience. And for those of you who might not know, El Salvador is so special, not only because we have incredible point breaks, beach breaks, it's warm and delicious in the water all year long, and you can find all kinds of waves that you desire up and down the coast. And people have been surfing here since the 70s on planks of wood. Like there's really cool stories in the surf world here. But for me, being Salvadoreña and a daughter of a refugee from the Civil War, being able to, I was born in California, and now I've been on this journey of moving back to my homeland, which was so unexpected because the history was that you leave this place because it was scary, and there wasn't an idea of coming back. It was like, we made it, we're in the United States, and that was it. But now thank goodness we're in a place where the country has been healing and is actively healing, and being connected to nature, and the surf culture in particular is such a key part of that, in addition to like political change, social change, and all of these things happening at once. But being in the surf community here, just seeing the increase of tourism, of people coming from all over the world to experience our waves and getting to know our people through the water, it's really touching, it's really healing, it's really inspiring. And for me to be able to like make this journey back to my home, to myself, to my culture, to my language, which felt so lost and distant, it's tremendous. It's changed my life. And being in the waters and learning from the waters, and being able to share that with other people has just been like such a light in my life. It's hard to describe, but I when I encourage people to come to visit us and surf our waves, you're not just getting some sick waves, you're not just on some of the best right waves in the world. You're actually part of a story of a land that is healing and actively growing and very welcoming. So I'm just excited to even be promoting this experience, because 5-10 years ago, this wasn't really a conversation that people were having. Like maybe it was some surfers that were like willing to go to a dangerous zone in the world to surf. And now it's one of the top destinations like in the world. Like Lonely Planet has an article about top places to visit in 2023, El Salvador. Like I would have never imagined that. So it's very exciting.
That is exciting. And I have been there last year when we had our previous retreat. And it truly is a sacred land. And yeah, I can't wait to go back because the waves were challenging, but it was like what I experienced was a deeper desire and a deeper connection with nature, like with like parts of myself that I don't experience in Los Angeles. So I thought that was really special too. Yeah. And what about you, Ariel? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I mean, so many things. Something that just came to mind for me was I'm the only one of the triangle that hasn't actually been to El Salvador yet. But from our past experience, Jordan, like going to Nicaragua 3 times and stopping in El Salvador to transfer to planes, I remember every single time distinctly when we arrived in El Salvador, and also simultaneously arriving there on the way home, people saying, "Oh, well, have you been to El Salvador to surf yet?" Like, yeah, you went to Nica, but like, have you been to El Salvador? And native or people visiting are like, "Oh my God, it's just epic. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful." So it's has been on my radar before that. I think in any capacity, it's a privilege to be able to surf or even be able to travel and surf. So for me, um, I'm really excited to experience that, and I feel very blessed to experience that. And then always the motivation as someone who started as an adult and who's advancing quickly in my surfing abilities, like I want to lead by example as well as just help share the stoke, for lack of a better phrase, and it brings me infinite amounts of joy to be able to get a beginner in the water and get them, you see that smile when they catch that wave or they advance and learn something, and it's like it's more of a gift to me maybe, like selfishly. It's just so nice to see that because it's a place that brings me so much peace and love, and really it's like meditative. So for me to be able to do that in another place and travel to do that, plus get to help other people do that is amazing. What more can you want? And also, I will just do shameless self plug as someone who's launching a surf lifestyle brand. I'm really excited to, on a very ground level, show our participants like what that's about, and share my vision for how I see that incorporating into like their surf and their life.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel that and I see that. And yeah, I see that. I see your vision for sure. And I think that's the coolest part about the three of us, or the Trinity, is that we all have something practical and tangible to bring to the everyday person. Like I learned to surf as an adult too. I grew up playing competitive golf, and so I am an athlete at heart, and I have that competitive spirit at heart. I have the need to move my body, to like move my body's consciousness, and to like constantly be clearing my energy field. And I can do that with golf and with surfing, with all of the modalities, right? But surfing and connecting, what I learned as an adult surfing unexpectedly is how to deepen the connection I have with my inner voice, my intuition, which allowed me to get to know myself better and to get to like the bottom line and to the root of who I am. And for me it's deep, it's on a soul level. So it's like you can join this experience, learn how to surf, or up level your skills from a practical point of view, or if you're seeking something a little bit deeper to help move you through perhaps a challenging time in your life, right? Because the ocean is healing. And ultimately, when you surf, in my experience, it dissolves all of the parts of you that are ready to be released. Therefore, you get to know who you naturally are through this very practical just, sport activity, whatever that is. So there's something for everybody, right? And it gets me excited to share that experience with other people, especially in another land, another place that is truly offering something unique. So let's describe like a day in the life of somebody attending our surf and yoga retreat, our restorative retreat in El Zonte. So we're in El Zonte. We wake up, and
Yep.
where are we, Kimmy? Do you want to speak into that?
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, first of all, imagine opening your eyes to a bright, beautiful, shining day at a gorgeous beachfront sustainable hotel where everything around you has been thoughtfully designed, crafted, and put together with love for the earth and love for celebrating Salvadorian culture. The Palo Verde Hotel is literally right in front of the Point Break in El Zonte. And this is a hotel where I started teaching yoga over a year ago, and it's been one of my favorite places in the whole country, and such a sacred relationship that I have with the team there, because these are people who really walk the walk and talk the talk, um, with their business and with their leadership. So anyway, going back to our day, you feel that. You feel like the goodness and the alignment from the moment you wake up and you see the trees and the sun shining. You wake up to some fresh coffee, warm, delicious, and energizing, and like maybe a little snack or something. And you grab your board. You grab your board, and we go to the beach and we stretch and we breathe and we prepare our bodies for entering the water. And we meet expert local coaches who have known this wave their whole lives, that help you in feeling supported, guided, safe, prepared to enter the water. And each day is a little bit different, but some days we'll have surf analysis, some days we'll have a theory, some days we'll have pop-up practice, and we'll be guided by these local coaches all along the way. And we'll have great surf lessons. And after we've emerged from the water feeling awesome, making moves, making progress, clearing our minds, feeling good in our bodies, we'll enjoy delicious organic local meals from Palo Verde. And we're going to enjoy all of those meals at our hotel restaurant. And in the afternoon, we'll have restorative yoga practice. And something that I always like to bring into our practice is space for self-expression and healing along the way. And then maybe we surf again in the afternoon, whatever your body's calling you. Or you have the option to go on a local adventure, to see a coffee farm, or to go to Mayan ruins, or to hike a waterfall or a volcano. Like really, the afternoons are your time to explore or surf. And then we spend the evenings around delicious food and around community and around being together and exploring different modalities of wellness through astrology or through mindfulness, and enjoy the incredible jungle nature of El Salvador. And that's kind of like a short summary of our day, but it sounds pretty amazing. I want to be there.
I was like, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Like, should I come now? Do you have
I'm ready. Great. Done.
Yeah,
We've got waves.
Yeah, Morgan's working. I'm free.
Okay, cool. Girls trip.
love that. Yeah, and I yeah, for anybody, like regardless of their level, beginner or wherever they are on their skill set, skill level, intermediate, advanced. The thing is when you travel from somewhere like Los Angeles or California or the States, and you go to somewhere like El Salvador with these amazing waves, let's just be real, you realize pretty quickly that what you thought your surf level was maybe gets to be reevaluated because
For
when you travel
sure.
to another country where you're dealing with high quality waves, yeah,
Yes.
it can be challenging. But this is the trip, whether you're a beginner or whatever level you are, where you up level. Like this is up leveling. This is an up leveling experience. So regardless, you're gonna learn and you're gonna improve. So I'm excited about that, to share that experience.
For sure. And I'd actually like to just name here that the first time, like I think I surfed like twice when I lived in LA, and it was an exciting journey to start out there. But I was also like just like not mentally prepared, I think, or just didn't have what I needed. Even though I was excited to try. And when I can really only say that I started surfing when I came out here as a 32-year-old, okay? Like really starting to surf as a grown woman on a board out here in these waters that are like very full of attitude and force and flavor. Like they're dancing cumbia, okay? All kinds of waves. So I got out there and I was like, yo, it's really intense. But to be a beginner and learn on these waves, I feel like, man, like I can go anywhere now. And that's cool. Like there's a certain amount of confidence with being on beautiful waves like we have out here. And not to mention the variety of waves here. Like we've got big mamas, small papas, we've got like soft and heavy, like we've got all kinds of things, mostly rights, but there's like a couple lefts if you look hard enough. It's super cool and dynamic, and the scene is always great. So I think there's something really special. If there's anyone out there who's like, I want to surf, but that sounds intimidating, like actually it's really great because there are really wonderful spots that are soft and gentle and welcoming and will help you feel confident. And the water is warm and you don't need a wetsuit. So that's a huge plus.
I was just gonna say, and you don't need a wetsuit. I can't stand wearing wetsuits.
Sure, she'll freeze instead of wearing one. I'm already in my 5'4", just for the record up here, and I surfed in it yesterday for like our second kind of semi swell up here. The problem is like I don't have my winter muscles yet because like you're so constricted. I was huffing and puffing by wave 2 because I just felt like I couldn't paddle. So just keep in mind, if you start and you surf with a wetsuit, when you don't surf with a wetsuit, you're already stronger by default.
Love
Also,
that.
this is Tiger, by the way. So I have
Hi,
each dog by
Tiger.
me plus Tiger. So when the
Hi,
boys
Tiger.
aren't, I know she's so cute. When the boys aren't here, it's just me and the aminals.
Cute.
That's
And
cute.
I think the kind of like physical preparation that you get here, it just kind of comes with being in the territory because like it's a very physical land. Like you walk everywhere, and our yoga practice will include like some light strengthening along the way. And there's a beautiful pool at the hotel, so you can always practice your paddling there. That's always fun.
Yeah, I love that you can wake up and you literally walk out to the break. Yeah, like you said, grab your board, jump in
Right
the water.
there.
Such a
There's
It's
privilege.
also
it's wild.
some other cool activities that we're going to integrate, perhaps some skateboarding, some cumbia dancing, right?
Oh yeah, that's on the itinerary. We've got our cumbia teacher lined up because obviously hip work is essential
Essential.
to to wave work.
It is.
And yeah, 100%. And like you have to taste the flavor of the land and feel it in your body. So we've got cumbia, and then we have um surf skating. If you want to surf skate, we have the opportunity to do that at the skate park in town, which is going to be really fun. And I learned I learned how to surf skate as a way to find my strength and just like get into the muscle memory of skating. And there's an incredible skate culture out here, which is a lot of fun.
Okay, so I'm ready to go. I'm wanting to just, let's go to LAX and get on the plane. Okay, so
Amazing.
let's, do you have any other thoughts? Because if not, I'm gonna pass the baton over to each of you to just share a little bit about what you're up to in life, and just give us some information about, more about who you are, so that anybody who's interested has an idea of who they're going to be spending their time with.
I want to add one thing about the retreat, which is, and Kimberly already touched on it, which is the world-class coaches. But I think in comparison to other retreats we've led, Jordan, like speaking into Alex Novoa and his technique and everything he's dedicated to working with a lot of retreats there, and he's pretty renowned. So the structure around the surfing is going to be really focused. I'm personally very excited about his own techniques and his way of teaching. I am regular foot, so I go right very often, and a lot of right hand points in LA and Ventura area. So I am excited also just to like have his input as someone who's received some surf coaching, but not necessarily to that degree. So I think even as people who are beginners coming in, this experience, no matter what level you are, is going to give you even more of a leg up because of him and his style and all of his coaches working under him, and the waves like we talked about, and just the sheer fact of the warm water. So I think it's important to highlight, like it's not just like, oh yeah, go catch a wave. Like it's focused. Like this is what you do on the ground. Like this is what you did here on this wave. Let's look at it, like this is how you turn your body. So it's pretty comprehensive, right?
Yeah, absolutely. People come from all over the world to work with Alex and his team. He's been coaching for over 20 years. That wave is his like front yard. And from a safety perspective, as somebody who's like new and like, I think I didn't surf for so long. One, because I had my own sense of like distance from it, because I felt like, oh, I don't see Latinas out in the water. Like obviously surfing's not my thing. And then like here I am in my homeland and I see these beautiful Salvadoreñas and Salvadoreños in the water. I'm like, oh my God, it's my sport. Ah! So like there's that. But oh my God, I just like lost track of my thought. Alex, yes. But yes, people come from all over the world for him because he has broken things down in a way that makes you feel confident, safe, and secure, with feedback in real time that can be applied. And he's worked with so many people that have gone from like maybe having a little bit of experience to only getting on a board the first time that day, and has helped them feel like they're succeeding in the way that they want to. So I can really speak to his experience.
I love that too, because we are there to be guides, and to, be the bridge from fear to confidence. But as Ariel mentioned, like this is very focused, it's structured, and as both of you speak into Alex's experience, we are resourcing and joining a very educated and talented surf coach. That's, like you said, that's his front yard, right? So not only are we partnering with someone who's local, who obviously knows what they're doing, but we are honoring that it's his break, it's his homeland, right? So we're not coming in and just running the show, right? We are asking for, the guidance of somebody who lives there and who surfs that break every day. So I love that we're honoring just the essence of the land and the essence of like what it means to really have like a surf break, right? So I'm really excited about that.
I am too, and I really appreciate the effort and like the prioritization, like from the beginning of like, yeah, of course we're gonna work with locals. Like, and you did that at Nika, and it's just so important because as somebody who's like watching the tourism world develop here, I'm seeing more like culturally responsive things that are really like appreciative of the land more than not. But I see things that are just feel like, well, you know, this is the way that we do things from where we're from. And like, there are people who don't respect the place. And I think about how different places around the world in surf communities that have been like devastated by commercialism and capitalism. And like, I don't want to see that here. This is my home, you know? And so that's something that I really appreciate about the way that Yoniswell and Arico and like just the two of you, your hearts are just like, we come from respect. We come from this ethical place of like wanting to lift everybody up together. Like that, it's just so important. I want everyone to hear that so that you can think about like the ways that you can be in right partnership with the lands that you visit or the lands that you live on.
Snap to that. Snap to that.
Yeah, well said, lady.
I know.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna conclude this with shameless plugs. Yeah, just share who am I, what am I up to, and where can somebody who resonates with my energy, with my offerings, where can they find me? Who's up?
I'll go. I love a good shameless plug. So I'm styling. I'm a stylist. I'm a designer, and you can find me at Of the Moment on Instagram, and I'm launching a brand called Arico, and it's all about the cool things you wear around your surfing lifestyle. It's not technical, it's fashion, because I don't see fashion or better things offered in that space. And so that is a hole I'm trying to fill. Started as something I wanted to make for myself. And since my job is literally making people look cool in campaigns and in life and in dressing, I thought, well, hey, maybe if I make myself look cool, other people will like it too. So I'm in the throes of launching a brand in less than a year, because I really started focusing on it in April, and I should be accepting pre-orders before the end of this month, which is really, really exciting. And what else? I'm surfing. I'm hanging out with my boyfriend and his two sons, who are my bonus kids 50% of the time, and my dogs and my cat, who you may have already seen, and styling my little butt off. That's me in a nutshell.
Snap to that. Congratulations, woman.
Yay!
Love that.
Yeah. And everybody gets like a sweatshirt or a shirt or a discount code or many of the things on the retreat, because
Wow.
I outfit everybody, and you're gonna lose your noodle.
Wow.
Also, too, hopefully we have a collab piece between Yoniswell and Arico.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes, and maybe we can have like a special edition El Salvador, something that's like inspired by like a color or like a print or I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes, we need to start working on that now.
Ooh.
Production times. Let's go.
Okay, perfect. I'm ready. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I guess I'll do my plug.
Yeah.
And no shame, only pride. Prideful plug. A prideful plug. Let's make that a thing.
Right, right?
It's
Yeah,
actually
Yeah.
better. It's alliteration. Like,
Yes.
who cares about a shameless plug? Come on.
yeah, who
There's
even
no
put that
shame.
label on there?
Let's start that hashtag. I'm gonna see how many
That's
hashtags.
prideful plug.
Look,
There's no shame here. That's low vibe. We don't do that. That's
totally
like so
low vibe.
2020.
We don't do
Bye. Okay, well, my prideful plug is hi, I'm Kimberly Ariella. You can call me Kimmy. Um, I do a lot of different things because I'm a Gemini and I just Like I'm such an air sign, and I'm flying here, I'm flying there, and like my life doesn't feel complete unless I'm doing all the things that bring me joy. Like it's just I tried to do the run track thing, and it's not for me. So my cluster of joy looks like being mostly based in El Salvador. I work remotely for an organization in the Jewish community called Jutina, where we celebrate Latin and Jewish culture, which is really cool, and that keeps me connected to my community back home in the U.S. And the projects that I'm a part of in El Salvador is really special and dear to my heart because it's been a huge part of a homecoming journey for me, and also actively giving back to the communities here and being able to share what I know from the life that I've lived. So I do that in different ways. I teach yoga classes at Palo Verde Hotel and at other places along the beach. I host these retreats with awesome partners doing yoga, surf, and educational tourism. I have a special project specifically to help people like myself who are of Salvadorian descent to come back to our land and learn about our country. It's called Orígenes, which means origins in Spanish. In addition, I've found a really special way to connect back to our earth and back to my heritage through plant medicine, through cacao. And I come from a farmer family, and so that naturally has been a way to deepen my relationship to El Salvador. So being in the world of cacao has been really meaningful for me, learning about the history and the spiritual components and just like the magic of cacao has been deeply meaningful. So my father and I, we have a cacao farm that we've started, and as our trees are growing, we're supporting our cacao farmer friends and bringing their cacao to the world. And we host educational workshops about cacao to just really spread the medicine and the history behind it with people. And what else do I do? I feel like I do a bunch of other things, but those are like the most important, like happy, joyful things that I do right now. And oh yeah, and I'm starting another project right now. We bought a home that we're turning into a Airbnb slash community living event space retreat center. It's like it's going to be a lot of things, and it's right by one of the greatest waves on this part of the beach. So I'm really excited to have that. More on that later. Maybe we'll host a Yoniswell event here, and I'm very excited because I feel like there aren't a lot of places for people to gather that aren't like at a restaurant or at a hotel. And what I'm trying to do is to create this like homey vibe where people can bring their art and bring their friends and just like be together by the beach. So yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm like, I have no time. I have all
Yeah,
the
I'm
time.
like, Jesus, you're making us
Or do-
look bad, lady. Like, come
oh my
on.
God, no, not at all. No, no, no. We're all prideful. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just flowing. I'm just like flowing, and like all these things are bringing me to the beach to like have fun with people here. So here we are.
Like it. So side note, one of my visions for Arico is to, I shop a lot. I find a lot of vintage. I find a lot of products in the world that I really love. And I've been talking to friends about products they make. So if you want to sell your cacao on my website, that would be so fun because we could have a little like, I don't know, it
Absolutely.
all flows, right? Like, so it's like cacao, coffee, like you need it in the morning
Yes.
before you go surf, it's like a whole thing.
100%. Like superfood, good vibes, full heart. Yes, yes, yes. All the energy. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep talking about it. I would
Yeah.
love to. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay, Jojo.
Your turn.
All right. My prideful plug is, let's see. I'm similar to a Gemini. I'm an Aquarius. So I have my hands in many things. Yeah, to be honest, I'm a visionary and I am determined and I take action. But this year has been really different for me. I have had to fully surrender and go within and look at the deepest, darkest parts of myself that needed to witness light. So I've had a very challenging year, and I usually am like up front and center to share what I'm up to. But this time I'm just being vulnerable and honest about there are parts of me that are scared to get back out there. However, that is just an illusion. And so what am I up to? Well, I'm a director. I will always be a director, and I will always be a messenger through storytelling to help create a positive impact in this world. And so I'm still directing, and I am in the process of creating a new project through Yoniswell that features leaders in communities who are also creating a positive impact in the world. So that's something that I'm starting. But what I'm doing in the cuts is I am getting my license in marriage and family therapy, because I'm on a soul mission to create a healing space for others to heal on a soul level, not just on a human level, on a soul level. And ways in which I'm doing that or going to do that is through becoming a therapist, but also, being a leader of a company and a community that really thrives in its offerings to help people heal and empower themselves through their own natural resources and in practical ways. So Yoniswell is going through a transformation, and it could potentially involve like other ways to empower yourself, other types of modalities outside of surfing. But ultimately, that's where we're at. And, I envision Yoniswell becoming a private practice. How can I describe a community space, but also like in the form of a private practice for people seeking therapy. And what we offer is, we offer surf lessons, we offer surf therapy, and we have an apparel line. So there's a part of Yoniswell that is also, it's always been a vision for lifestyle, like a brand that really exudes a healing and empowering lifestyle through surfing, or, at this point, through practical ways that you can improve your life and empower yourself and return to your nature. So you can find me on Instagram at Jordan Auten. And I also have 2 websites. So it's the Yoniswell website, and it's my wellness coaching website as well. So
I see that for you. I love it.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Wow. So exciting.
Yeah, and actually the person, I'm going to actually give her a prideful plug. The person who revised my jordanauten.com website, which is now my wellness coaching, which will become part of my private practice as a therapist. She created, and she's the founder of a surf community in Ecuador. I will include her information down below, because she also is a web designer. And so she revised that website, and she also revised my, because I realized, like, where does my directing content live? And so she actually just like whipped up a website that just has all of my directorial work that I haven't shared yet. Anyway, she's like us. She's like a parallel version of us, but in Ecuador. And so I'm going to share her work as well, in case anybody's interested in designing their website. She's amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool to have like a parallel version of yourself. Literally, like, she's the leader of this women's surf community there. It's pretty wild. I feel like I'm talking to another version of myself when I'm working with her. But
With our powers combined.
Mm.
yeah.
The power of 3 and 4.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's like the Power Rangers slogan.
Totally. And also, did you watch what was it called? Charmed.
Yeah.
Charmed, duh, the witches.
Uh,
Power of 3.
Okay, my friends.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for joining us during this podcast. I hope that you got what you needed. I hope it resonated. We hope you're interested, because yeah, we want to share this experience with anybody that is, if this piques your interest, if it resonates, we want to share this experience with others. It
And
brings,
don't miss out.
yeah.
Miss out.
It's going to be amazing. Come join us in the water, whether you're a beginner or you're advanced and you're trying to go somewhere new. We've got something for you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for tonight. We will see you on the next one. Check out the links below and find us, message us, talk to us, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Gracias. Nos vemos.